Margaret Gnoinska is a history professor that was born and raised in Poland during the time that communists were backed by the Soviet Union.
1980 was a very interesting time in Poland for many various reasons.
During the 1980s, the Solidarity movement emerged and shipyard workers went on strike.
It was the time when the Polish economy was not doing very well. There were not enough consumer goods in stores, there were food shortages, and not just that, there was also a lot of rise in price for food, and people got very upset.
People all around the world knew about the struggles people faced during the 1960s in America, but other countries 20 years later were still fighting for equality and better pay.
Workers who were promised much better lives by the communist system realized that by 1980, the government was not really living up to its promise. Martial law was imposed on Poland that lasted for several years. The Soviet Union, that controlled part of that Europe, was also threatening with a military invasion. So the government in Poland figured out when they impose martial law, it's better than having Soviet tanks moving in to Poland and clamping down on that kind of a revolution.
Professor Gnoinska got to speak with Mikhail Gorbachev, who was the last president of the Soviet Union.
Mr. Gorbachev is a monumental figure when it comes to his role in making changes in Soviet Russia that trickled down to Eastern Europe. We exchanged some very interesting things about the changes happening in Poland at that time and in the world. He is considered to be of a politician who wanted to change Russia, make it a lot more open, offer more freedoms of expression, less censorship, improve the economy, but a lot of the changes that he unleashed contributed to the collapse of the Soviet Union. So some politicians see him as a gravedigger of the Soviet Union.
Professor Gnoinska says that though the strikes weren't successful, it still gave people hope for the future. This is Loni Green, Trojan Vision News.